What's up guys, welcome back to the ShiHai's channel, and today I have my updated Nubatama post GBT14. So if you guys don't know that, I have my old Nubatama deck review or deck recipe posted on my channel a few months back when GBT14 was released, but now after playtesting a bit more with the current meta changes and all that, I've decided to change my deck out a bit. And since in my last few videos, one of my viewers said maybe I could do an updated Nubatama deck list or recipe, and then I just decided, why not? So this will be quite a quick video, very simple, straightforward, and let's just get right into it. So for starters, I still prefer to use Madoi, and for some people they decide they want to use the new GBT14 starter, which is Stealth Dragon Burai, because it's not GB restricted. While for Madoi, the difference is Burai, right, can get you that once you run the dominate unit, which is either your Zanki or your Oboro, you can immediately proc the skill, which is moving to your soul, call one card out from the opponent's drop zone, and retire there at end of turn. This is good for turns where you don't really strike into Rene, or you want to first strike into Magan Tembu because the opponent you have to leave with the Count Blast, or you just want to save Renes for the GB3 skill, because you can't proc the GB3 skill on the first strike. So it's good. But I still prefer to run Madoi, because Madoi is still the better one, because Soul In plus 3k to any fighter's unit and draw one. So why not? This enables you to draw 2, yeah. So moving on to the Grade 3. So Grade 3 is pretty standard, it's practically the same for Zanki. So if you guys don't know, I think in my last Nubatama deck, I said I was trying to fully full rarity my Nubatama deck, which I've almost succeeded. The only thing missing now is 4 Zankis, that is standard, and then 2 Oboro. So this Oboro is foiled, but it's not the SP hot stamped one, so I'm still working on that, finding one last one. And then last but not least, for the last Grade 2 is just this stupid KB stick, which the skill is not bad. Just rest one on your rear guard, you choose one of their opponents, opponents chooses one of the rear guards plus 3k, and then this unit plus 10k, so it's a 21k attacker, which is not bad. So moving on, we got the Grade 2s. So Tamagare Metsu 4 is very mandatory. Bind top card of the deck when placed. Count plus 1 with dominating attacks. Draw 1 card from the bind zone, and then plus 10k. So moving on, we got Sadagatsu, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but basically is pretty standard. Sadatsugu, yeah, right. Alright, GB1, count plus 1 when your other rearguard attack, which is usually the opponent's unit. When other rearguard attack, end of battle, count plus 1, you retire the opponent's dominating unit, and then you draw 1. So it's really good, and then it's a 11k attacker, just nice if you have a Sharinori name. So we probably have this. For my Grade 2 lineup, I play 2 10k base and 2 of the promo 8k bases cards. So the 8k base card is very simple. Compass 1, Soul Blast 1. When placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, check top 7, add 1 card with Domination ability to your hand. So this card is really good to actually try to source out for your Zankis or your Oboros if you really do not have them in hand. And then the second skill will be GB1. When this unit attacks, if you have more card hand size than your opponent, you need plus 3k, so it's a 11k attacker, so that's fine. You can play 2. I play 2 of him, and then 2 of the just a normal 10k vanilla to prevent rushes. And some people would like to play this, which is the self-rogue of Night Fog Miyabi, but I'm not necessarily thinking that she's good. Her skill is GB1, count plus 1 when it attacks. If it's boosted, you may pay the cost count plus 1, and then this unit gains 3k until end of battle. And then if number card is less than your opponent, choose a random card from your opponent's hand, bind it face down, and at the end of the opponent puts it. So you might be lucky to bind the opponent's Kanzen, Perfect Guard, or a heal trigger, and so they can't G-Guard. But in this deck, I feel that this deck is much more, the hand size, right, will always be more than your opponent. So it's not really necessary to run her in the deck, because most of the time your hand size will be much more, because you run draw triggers, you run the Grade 2s that can draw, you run a lot of draw engines in this deck, so it doesn't really matter, you don't really have to run her. Alright, moving on to the Grade 1s. So as you can see, a very nice Grade 1 lineup here. 4 Kanzens, Utsurois. So you can play the counter-charging Kanzen if you want, which I don't have. The counter-charging Kanzen is really simple. If you have one of the copy in drop zone and you discard your Kanzen for whatever, you may just counter-charge one. But I prefer to run Utsuroi, because Utsuroi looks it looks much better, and the skill can proc sometimes, but not most of the time, because it requires you domination unit to actually hit the attack in order to proc the skill. But it has its moments. And then moving on, Ayagiri is very standard. Ayagiri is just a really good card overall. I don't see why you shouldn't run at least 2 or 3 copies of her. GB1, when other dominated unit attacks during a turn, you can 5k, so you can stack with Rene, you can stack with your strike skill, so it's usually a 20k, 22k booster or 20k attacker, because +5 is 3 dominated units attacks, but must be different though. Most of the time it's different. So 3 of that. 3 Miss Frog, so you can see this really cute frog right here. Basically, skill is very simple. GB1, put into your soul, draw 1. When dominated unit attacks, obviously. Draw 1, and then if dominated unit attacks, it +6k. So if you see the cards, base power is 6k, so it's not really that good, but it compensates for the skill because the skill is really good. And imagine your opponent just checks the trigger, and then his Vanguard says 16k or whatever. You may use Miss Frog skill to hit numbers, magic numbers. And for additional magic numbers, this is the new card that I run in my deck, which is this cool looking ninja here called Stealth Dragon Ozai. So basically the skill is Soul +1 when other dominated unit attacks a Vanguard during a turn. You pay the cost, if you do, this unit +3k, and then, if the dominated unit attacking +3k, and then if you have a Grade 4 Vanguard, this unit +3k. So basically it's a 10k booster, 10k attacker, and then at the same time it +3k to the unit that is dominated and is attacking the opponent's Vanguard or whatever. So it helps to really hit those magic numbers if possible, and against premium decks, right, currently now in the meta, it's not bad to play, but at the cost of 1 Soul Blast is not really that hefty, because you can use a lot of cards to put into your soul. You got the Grade 1, you got your triggers, and it's not really that hard to farm soul, but you obviously need to consider Zanki's skill also. The Soul Blast 1, draw 1, both fighters put 1 card down from hand to get Rearguard Circle. And then standard, just play 2 Strike Force, because you play 7 Grade 3s and then another 2 Strike Force would be fine, because most of the time you'll be drawing into Zanki using either the Grade 2 skill that I mentioned just now, which is Combat Soul +1, top 7 for dominated unit, add to hand, or you just, when you just draw into it, it doesn't really matter. Alright, moving on. Okay, wait, this is a bit messy. Alright, oops, I shake the camera. My bad. Moving on to the Grade 0. So, I got all my crits foil. Noroi, standard. When Vanguard attacks, move into your soul, +5k to Vanguard, draw 1. 4, obviously. 4 of the counter charging crits, as you see, they are 4, very nice. Skills just put into your soul, count charge 1. So, yeah, count charge engine is there. Moving on with 4 of the Troll triggers. Put into your soul, choose any fighter's Rearguards +3k. So, obviously, run. So, this deck is an 8 crit 4 draw deck with a 4 heal. So 4 heal, very standard stealth, Flynn, Kuesara, Basara. So if you have another of her in the drop zone, and when you use this card to cover G-Guardian, bind, and count charge, also charge. Okay, so I've seen some people trying to run the Onibidushi, okay, yeah, Onibidushi, which is after image, when this unit plays on Rearguard Circle, if your number of cards in your hand is less, your opponents draw a card, send it back, +3k. So as I said, this card is good in terms. So some people like to run maybe 6 stands, 6 crits, no draws, or probably not 6 stands, probably 6 crits, or or maybe just rainbow triggers overall. 4 stands, 4 stands, 4 crits, and 4 draws. But I would rather run 8 crits and 4 draws for more of the pressure. The stand trigger is good, but your Rearguards doesn't really power up that much, and if your opponent just checks trigger, it's pretty sad. And as I said before, most of the time your hand will be much more bigger than your opponent, so you don't get the chance to actually send this unit back to your deck. Alright, so that's all for the main deck. Now moving on to the G deck. So the G deck is pretty simple too. I didn't change much, but obviously we'll just go through. As you can see, I have a new card right here. Alright, so moving on, we just go through the G-Guards first. So G-Guards is very, very standard. 5 G-Guards. First G-Guard will be Recruiter Stealth Dragon Gando Kurakan. So skill is when placed on Guardian Circle, if your opponent's hand is 3 or more, this unit +5k shield. If your opponent's hand is 6 or more, it +10k shield. So it's basically a free 30k shield if your opponent has 6 or more hand size. Okay, hold on, let me take a drink. Alright, So moving on, we have the GBT11 Giga, which is Recruiter Stealth Dragon Gecko Huracan. So play 2 of these, combat 1, soul 1. Choose one of your opponent's back row grade 1s, must be back row and must be grade 1, and must not have disease obviously. And then you may choose it to move it. You choose the rear guard and move it to Guardian Circle, dominate it, move it to Guardian Circle, and consider your Guardian until the end of the battle. So it's basically good for clearing the opponent's board if they have a grade 1 in the back row and you don't like the grade 1 and you just want to piss off your opponent by stealing it. It's just a free 20k shield. 2 of this. And then last but not least, the SCG guard obviously is very good. Jinx Stealth Fiend Zashahime, whatever, I don't really know how to pronounce, but basically GB1 combat, when this unit is based on Guardian Circle, you don't have combat, sorry. Just choose a face down G Guardian, flip it face up, and then your opponent is forced to discard 1 card. If he or she does not discard this unit plus 20k shield, so it's a free 35k shield if your opponent has no card in his hand or her hand, or he doesn't want to discard a card, so it's really good. Can set you up for some combos. So moving on to the actual G deck, so as you can see, it's pretty nice because everything's almost maxed for except for the Breeze. I didn't have the chance to get the congrats on. So people might question me on this, but I still run a Breeze in this deck because I feel Breeze is really important in this deck because of the GB skills, GB1 skills that you can proc, but I rarely use it now because of the new rulings. But I feel that it's still good to run in the deck. You can switch it out for Tsukumarakan. Combats to your opponent binds all the cards in his hand except for 4. It's a really good endgame finisher, but ideally you want to end the game with either Rene, Mujin Lord, or just Drachma if possible. So it's really optional, you can switch him out for anything. You can switch him out for the GB8 also if you want, it doesn't really matter. Okay, moving on, we have the Drachma. So Drachma is pretty standard. 6, 7, 9, 10, so yeah, sorry, I'm just counting my G zone, hopefully nothing's missing. Alright, so Drachma combats 2 when this is placed on Vanguard Circle. Burn all your opponent's field and bind all the cards face up. And then, including the opponent's Vanguard, so opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand, discard it, writes 1 that stand at Vanguard. So endgame finisher is really good. As I said, I'm trying to full max rarities deck, but Drachma prices are still quite high, so I'm waiting for it to drop before I get the ZR. So 1 Shiranui Mukuro, very standard. SGR looks really nice. So plus 2, retire 1 card from my hand. Stand and dominate opponent's Vanguard, hits all the rear guards, really good board clear, and then you perform a twin drive check too. So if you feel that your hand size is a bit small, you want to increase your hand size a little bit more, you can just run him. It's a really good board clear. So 2 Mujin Lords, your alternative endgame finisher. Combats 1 for each, choose a same name and just flip him up. So for each face up card in your G zone, just choose one of your opponent's rear guards or your rear guards and plus 4k, and then if you choose your opponent's rear guards, stand and dominate them, they're all plus 4k, and you know they attack the opponent's Vanguard separately. So the bad thing about this is your opponent's at 4 damage and then he just changes the trigger, then yeah, it turns into a hellhole because it depends how your opponent's unit's power. That's why I say you can run some of the cards that are run in the main deck to power up your opponent's card to hit magic numbers. Moving on, Magan Tembu, very standard. Your first strike or your second strike, or maybe don't even use them all. If you allow your opponent to first strike, you'll probably have a huge trigger, you can just immediately go to Rene. Or if you first striking and then you just realize that I don't want to waste Rene's GB3 skill, it's too strong, I just want to go into the first standard strike, Magan Tembu, combats 1. Choose the same name, flip it up. Choose one of your opponent's units, stand and dominate it, and plus 3k for each face up. And then at the end of the domination, just retire the unit, that's all. Alright, then obviously 4 of the Renes right here looks really nice. Combats 1, choose the same name, just flip it up. Opponent force 2 cards from their hand to rearguard circle. They post plus 5k and then they attack the opponent's Vanguard, and obviously the auto skills cannot be activated. For the GB3 is really good, that's why it makes Rene the tier 1 deck, which is continuous GB3. All dominated units gains 10k and 1 crit. So it applies for your strike skill too. So let's just say if you're GB3, you have 3 face up, you strike into Rene right here. You use your strike skill, Zanki strike skill, which is stand and dominate opponent's unit plus 2k. is considered a domination, so it gains the 10k and 1 crit. So it attacks the opponent's Vanguard for magic numbers. Hopefully you can pump magic numbers anywhere. And then after that you use Renewed Skills, forces 2 cards down from the opponent's hand plus 15k 1 crit, because when they force a card down from their hand it's plus 5k in addition to the additional 10k in crit. So yeah, I hope you guys like this updated deck review, I guess. Probably do more gameplay in the future. Probably maybe standard versus premium, standard versus standard, premium versus premium. I don't know what you guys want to see. You can just leave in the comment section down below, or what you would like me to commentate or collaborate with some other YouTubers. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video isn't too long. From what I'm seeing, it's about the 15:50 mark right now. So yeah, it's pretty long. But whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. This is VG ShiHai, and I am out. Peace.